It is one thing that I've never been blessed with, and that is the clarity enough to give title when there is a shift in the universe when it comes to my personal and individual connection to it. Something turns off inside of me, while in the same movement, something is turned on without my being brought into a particular circumstance to be able to assert. I saw this coming. It is something that I involved myself inside for whatever reasoning, that have suddenly been disconnected, and therefore extinguished, both in feeling and a blind clarity. It is mysteriously liberating, even without currently knowing why, and why it feels right. The blind clarity which is perceived as something necessary and certain because of my destiny, rather going into an area of living that even currently, unknown, and therefore understood. I have noticed all of my life that I have been protected by a divine presence, which I have yet to agree with all of the time. And this causes the coming clarity more interesting to behold because of my misunderstanding bringing about a resistance from me. The clarity is incredibly new, as well as uncannily familiar in a sudden internal feeling within a place newly revealed. However, after suffering the trauma of many years of thought to be unprovoked circumstances, I come to understand in totality after being made to suffer for the sake of when the clarity comes. It is easily for I to perceive without having to be one who has to make up in his mind to accept, to submit to. It's as the important and yet sacred missing piece of a crucial puzzle, awaiting to reveal the entire picture from a never-before shattered state of being. It's the puzzle to be put together through time, to see who and what you are, as well as to understand where you have become during those moments of when you thought that you knew you did it. Beautiful. It is just nothing left to doubt, to question, or to challenge in comparison of formal accumulated information that could oppose or even defy the facts of what is given. You just simply accept and you move forwards with no attachments involved. You notice the lack of attachment because there is struggle inside or tugging with the implication to hold on. As one comes to know when the universe has been ushered by God to free you of what you have kindly, with good intentions, gotten yourself into which is not to your benefit outside of learning of what not to do, while it causes the other person's own inflicted malediction. We come to know what freedom truly is, and in the same movement, we come to understand of what enslavement truly is, as we come to understand of how easily it is to enslave ourselves with what has been taught to us, are the desired and therefore needed fundamentals of existence. Lust, loyalty, honesty, care, and all of the insidious follies which various institutions were created to teach these moral standards in an entity of sheer monotony, in which has the common society living inside of a Tellerrand of lies and false promises that are in fact empty, even while they are being said. When you are protected, you have to suffer through plenty of trials which are imbued with challenges for one to come to understand the power of what their kindness and generosity could do against them if they are executed towards the wrong souls. This is revealed as wrong after the fact is revealed, and so the necessity for some of us is made a necessity because of our current status as human beings, all cultivated from our past, rather understood precisely or misunderstood precisely. One gives without expectations, and in this lack of expectations, you will find that when the time comes of when the universe deems for you to let go, even without your own effort, you come to know the vitality of importunity. Coming to know this, you understand why the sudden shift was in time, imbued inside, as the clarity brought you the ease to move on without the common emotional webs, to move on without regret, without curiosity, and without question. Written by David Anthony Braithwaite.